Hello, everyone. I'm Thom, and it's been years since this coronavirus disruption started, and I've been taking this time to eat beef jerky and talk to you on the internet. I'm not an expert or a food critic, I just like beef jerky. But this vlog has been good fun, and it's been letting me explore some fun ideas with you, especially regarding game design. So today I'm featuring some quality beef jerky gifted to me by my lovely nephews, Jonathan and Cullen. Thank you, John and Cullen. It is the 26th of November, getting on towards October, but I'm already seeing some neighbors with Halloween decorations in their front lawn. I mean, is it too soon? I don't know. Halloween's a fun, season, a fun holiday, but still, wow. This, I believe, is episode number 66 of my ongoing jerky vlog episodes. Well, let's talk about what I wanted to talk about today, which is the magic mud puddle. There's a hot new game out, Starfield, here in late 2023. And some of the early players found a bug, which was an exploitable bug, where the merchant's storage container thing was just underground. And if you went to a particular town, to a particular place next to a particular mud puddle, you could access the storage and steal all your free stuff. That's cute. That's fun. People liked it, and it's one of those things where, of course, Bethesda, the company that makes the game, eventually has. I've read they just patched it out. They just changed it so it's the magic mud puddle no longer gives you goodies, which again is perfectly normal. But I think the larger issue with this kind of behavior in video games is that people like to have fun the way they like to have fun. They don't, video game developers can't control how players have fun with their games. It's a lesson I learned many, many, many years ago, and it's kind of a chagrin kind of thing because we're game developers, we're artists, we produce art. We would like people to enjoy the art the way we meant it to be enjoyed. But to add interactivity to your art, which is what you do with video games, is to court players who choose not to interact the way you think they should. And that's just life, especially when you make a video game, because you make a video game, you work hard on it, and then you put it out there in the universe, and people play it, people pick it up, people play it. They're not with you. You can't stop them. You can't look over their shoulder and say, hey, wait a minute, you're playing it wrong. And because of that, again, you just, as a game developer, you have no control over ultimately how people have fun with your game. And different people have fun in different ways, and there are always going to be people who they don't want to have fun by following your script. They don't want to have fun by doing the things you think are fun. They want to have fun by doing things like digging around in mud puddles trying to find an exploit. And that's fun. That's a tremendous amount of fun for a certain subset of players. Remember back in college, my buddy Carl and I were putting together a little space trading game. And I had hammered out the basics of how you go from planet to planet, buying low and selling high and making a little bit more money incrementally. And meanwhile, he was in the computer next to me, and he's like, look what happens if I give myself $1 million. And I was like, that breaks the fun, doesn't it? No, not according to Carl. And since then I've seen a lot of other evidence of people playing in exactly the same way. They, I hear the trash truck outside. That may be what the noise is if you hear it. And I still see that, and I still see some game companies, very few game companies, actually leaning into that aspect of how human players play. There's a much beloved game series called Disgaea that I've mentioned before on my Beef Jerky channel, and Disgaea is kind of famous for not only allowing exploits, but kind of rewarding exploits, rewarding it when a player figures out some crazy way to make a level 9,000 super character. And that goes to the heart of what I'm talking about, is that people play different games in different ways. And at the very least, as a game developer, you can give people the option. You can give people a range of possible ways to play and have fun. And that just makes the game more fun for everybody, as far as I'm concerned. When you talk about shared virtual spaces, like MMOs, like World of Warcraft, you've got a whole new thing to think about, because suddenly, person A's exploit to get $1 billion instantly can affect person B's play. And that's a problem. And that's actually a really big problem. And it's a big problem, certainly not just on the, oh no, you broke the economy by making $1 billion. There's lots of emotional and play time and play experience things that are just as valuable to players as their $1 billion of virtual game money, that people can mess up for other people in a situation like that. Single player game doesn't really have that problem. Certainly not in non-tournament play. And as a result, it's a little bit easier to go ahead and say, oh yeah, sure, if they want to, they can play that way. So yeah, people did play video games in different ways, and different in ways that the developer didn't think they would have fun, didn't expect them to have fun, didn't want them to have fun. But it's not up to the game developer once it gets into the hands of the player. That's all I wanted to say about that. So let's get to the main event, this business with the jerky stuff. Because my nephews, John and Cullen, sent me some lovely Ortega's jerky. This is garlic beef jerky. They sent me 3 different flavors. But this is probably going to be the mildest. Also, you can see, oh my gosh, what a huge pack of beef jerky. This is a large pack. So, thank you, Johnny Cullen. So, we'll crack this bag open. Smells very dried. Get myself a piece of beef jerky here. So, nice little piece here. This is crazy thin. Look how thin this piece of jerky is. I don't think I've ever seen a thinner, drier, crisper piece of jerky. Well, it certainly tastes like jerky. Yeah, very crunchy and dry, but, it's good in the mouth. Almost like a jerky potato chip. But it's not bad at all. It's very good. Yeah, I like it. It's this garlic beef flavor. Very mild. Which, as you know, I'm partial to. Yeah. No, that's good. I like that. All right. Well, that's yummy. So let's talk about this. I'm glad you joined me here. Last time I put out a jerky video, Adam Para mentioned, I was talking about Starfield then as well, and Adam said, I am interested in Starfield, it seems cool. Dust Fleet is something I want to buy soon. It's an RTS, like in space. And he also remarked that I was eating several bags of spicy in a row on my channel. Well, obviously I've broken that streak now with a nice mild piece. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, I agree, Adam, that I'm not an early adopter. I'm going to wait until Starfield settles down, until they do some bug fixing patches, and maybe it goes on sale or something. I mentioned in the last video about games that take hundreds of hours to finish. And I'm certainly not in that headspace where I want to do that. And completely incidentally, I've read and heard some things about an RPG called Sea of Stars, which came out recently. It's very retro, very inspired by Chrono Trigger. Very, very old RPG. But one of the most distinctive things about it is it only takes about 30 hours to finish. So, imagine that. A game that's not hundreds of hours long. And I'll check out Dust Fleet, and I think everyone else should too. That looks I saw a picture of it. Looks cool, interesting. Almost looks like Homeworld. I hope it does well, and I hope you enjoy it. All right. So, yeah, Ortega's garlic beef jerky from Houston, Texas, I think. Very tasty. I really enjoy it. I'm looking forward to eating more of it. Again, it's the most potato chip-like jerky I think I've ever tasted, and that's not a bad thing at all. It's distinctive and interesting, and I really enjoy it. So, thanks for watching, and tune in next time, and I'll keep making more of these. Thanks.